Calpurnia. For our elder says, the bearing touch in this holy chase. Shake off their sterile curse.
I shall never. When Caesar says do this, it must be performed.
Caesar! Bring every man pistol! Be select again!
Who is it in the press that calls on me? I hear a tongue, she let all the music go cry, Caesar! Speak, Caesar is turned to hear.
Beware the Ides of March!
What man is that? What says he to me? Set him before me, let me see his face.
Beware the Ides of March!
He is a dreamer. Let us leave him. Pass.
All hail Caesar! All hail Caesar! All hail Caesar! All hail Caesar! All hail Caesar!
Brutus, will you not go see the order of the course?
No, Cassius. I'm not getting some black hand.
Brutus, I do observe you now. I have not, from your eyes, seen that show of gentleness and love as I want to have. You bear too strange and too stubborn a hand, or a friend that loves you.
Cassius, be not deceived. If I have veiled my look, I turn the trouble of countenance merely upon myself. Vexed, I am of late passions of some difference. But let not therefore my good friend be grieved. Now construe any further my neglect than that of poor Brutus himself at war forgets the show of love to other men.
Then, Brutus, I had mistook your passion, by means whereof this breast of mine had buried thoughts of great value, worthy cogitations.
Their discussion is interrupted as echoes shout from the far end of the procession.
Hail Caesar! Hail Caesar!
What beats the shouting? I do fear that people choose Caesar for the king.
Aye, do you fear it too? Then I must think you would not have it so.
I will not, Cassius. Yet I love him well. But what is it that you would impart to me? If it ought towards the general good, set honor in one eye and threats in other. And I look on both indifferently. For I love the name of honor more than I fear death.
I know that virtue to be in you, Brutus, as well as I do know your outward favor. Well, honor is the subject of my talk. Since time immemorial, Rome has been a land of equals. Yet, Caesar, though made of no greater metal, is now become a god. And Cassius is a wretched creature and must bend his body while Caesar carelessly nod at him. Why, he doth bestride the narrow one like a colossus. And we, petty men, peep around his huge legs to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men are, at some, masters of their faint Brutus. The fault is not in our stars, but in ourselves that we are underlings. Brutus and Caesar. One should be in that Caesar, then that name be sounded more than yours. Write them together. Yours is just as fair a name. Sound them. It doth become the mouth as well. Weigh them. Yours is just as heavy. Conjure with them, and Brutus will start a spirit as soon as Caesar will. Now, in the name of all the gods, what mean doth this Caesar feed upon, that he is become so great?
Indeed, but yet Cassius, the very notion of conspiring against the man I held dear as a brother weighs heavy on my conscience like the weight of 1,000 bulls. But let not therefore the good friends be grieved. For construe, for at this present I will not be any further moved. What you have said, I consider. But no, Brutus would rather be a villager than not to be a son of Rome.
I am glad that my weak words have had thus much show of fire from Brutus. I hear that the games are done and they are returning. As they pass by, pluck Casca by his sleeve, for he shall tell us what had chanced today.
Caesar and his followers enter, but walking briskly, they leave quickly. Caesar's face is marked by anger, while his entourage looks worried. Casca, stalked by Brutus, stops behind and then narrates the course of action.
Would you speak to me? Aye, Casca, tell us what had chanced today, that Caesar looked so sad, and what was the noise about? Were you not present there?
We should not then ask Casca what had chanced.
I saw Mark Antony offer him a crown thrice, and he put it by once, twice, and thrice. It was a mere foolery. I did not mark it, and people shouted for joy and fun.
What say you to this, Brutus?
I thank thee, dear Romans, for your words. Now I take your leave, for you have given me much to ponder.
Brutus departs, his mind now sown with the seeds of mistrust and betrayal. Cassius had sown. Cassius smiles to himself, for he knows that he has set the wheels of a conspiracy into motion.
Brutus is convinced to join the conspiracy.
Brutus, tormented by his conflicting thoughts, paces within his chambers. His furrowed brow and troubled face reveal the turmoil in his heart.
Lucius! Get me a table in my studies, Lucius. When it is lighted, come and call me here.
It must be by his death, and for my part, I know no personal cause to store an atom, but for the general. He would be crowned. How that might change his nature, there is the question. The abuse of greatness is when it disjoins, removes from power. So Caesar may. Therefore, we shall take him as a serpent's egg, which would grow mischievous, and take him in the shell.
As the night deepens, Brutus' thoughts are cut short by knocking at the door, followed by a hushed murmuring as the conspirators led by Cassius enter the chamber.
Hail, noble Brutus. We come at this late hour with a grave matter to discuss. The matter which I imparted to you at the feast.
Aye, Cassius, but do I know these men who come with you?
Aye, every one of them. And every one of them who wishes nothing but honor on you. This is Metellus. This is Trebonius. This is Decius Brutus. And this is Casca.
You all are welcome. Give me your hands on the one.
Noble Romans, let us swear our resolution.
Verily, no need for an oath. If honor, courage, or times we live in fail to rouse us, then let's seize our endeavor. If these reasons hold sufficient strength, then, my countrymen, what we need but our own cause to spur us to action. Secret Romans, those that spoke, shall not retract. Let others fear to ill causes. Our resolve requires no oath. Our Roman's blood, nobly born, shall be tainted if he breaks any promise made.
Ah, well said, Brutus.
Well said.
Indeed.
But what? Shall we not consider anyone else but Caesar?
Well said, Decius. It is not right for Mark Antony, so beloved by Caesar, to outlive him. We'll find in him a cunning schemer. His resources, if he employs them, could reach so far as to trouble us all. Hence, to prevent that, let Antony and Caesar fall together.
Our course will seem to bloody guys, to cut the head off and then hack the limbs, like rats in death and envy afterwards. For Antony is but a limb of Caesar. He will not work as much when Caesar's head is off. Now, gentlemen, look fresh and merrily, with untired spirits, as our Roman actors do. So, good morrow to all of you.
The conspirators smile among themselves and then depart. They exit, but just then Portia, Brutus's wife, emerges from the shadows.
Brutus,
power. It is not for your health thus to commit your weak conditions to the raw cold morning.
Not for yours neither. Brutus, you have unjustly stolen from my bed. And yesterday, at supper, you suddenly arose and walked about. My lord, make me acquainted with the cause of your grief.
I'm not well in health, and that's all.
Brutus is wise, and were he not in hell, he would embrace the means to come by it. No, not Brutus. You have some sick offense in your mind, which, by virtue and position as your wife, I ought to know of. Unfold me to yourself. Your heart, why you are heavy, and what night tonight has your faces hidden, even from darkness. Had to resort to you.
Portia, thou art my lord, but the secrets I bear are fraught with peril.
Then let us stand united, my lord. Tell me your counsels. I shall not reveal them. You forget? Cato's blood courses through my veins.
Oh, yea, gods, render me worthy of his noble wife! Portia, now let us go in, and you shall partake in the secrets of my heart.
They withdraw, and Brutus marks out a plan for the conspiracy, which he unveils to Portia. The night is quiet, but the dawn brings a day that will change the Rome's fate forever.
Nor heaven nor earth have been at peace tonight. Thrice had Calpurnia cried out in her dreams, "Help, oh!" They muttered, "Caesar." "Boy, come here." Go bid the priest present a sacrifice and bring me their opinion of success.
I will, my lord.
What mean you, Caesar? Think you go for it? You shall not stand out of the house today.
Caesar shall fall. The things that have threatened me never looked but on my back. And when they shall see the face of Caesar, they are vanished.
Nay, my lord, the stream is an omen. The lioness has dwelled in the streets, and the fierce fairy warrior fought upon the clouds, whose blood risen upon the Capitol. All these sights are beyond all this, and I do feel them.
What can be avoided? His end is purposed by the mighty gods. Yet Caesar shall go forth, for these predictions are to the general in world as to Caesar.
When beggars die, there are no comments to be seen. The heaven themselves blaze forth at the death of princes.
Cowards die many times before their death. The valiant never taste of death but once. Of all the wonders that I yet have heard, it seemed to be the most strange that man should fear of, seeing that death, unnecessary end, will come when it will come.
The servant arrives, bringing news because there was no heart found in the sacrificed beast. The priests have forbidden Caesar to leave his house today.
My lord, I beg thee, do not set foot in the capital this day. This fought with danger, and the heaven themselves be for thee.
Must I cower in the face of imagined perils? Rome awaits my presence, and I shall not deny her.
My lord, call not fear not your own that keeps you in the house. We shall send Mark Antony, and he shall say that you are not well today. Let me, upon my knees, prevail in this.
Thy love is a precious judge, and since I shall stay at home.
Just as
Just as the matter settles, Decius Brutus, one of the conspirators, enters the chamber in search of Caesar.
Hail Caesar! The Capitol beckons thee. The Senate eagerly awaits thy presence.
Decius, I have chosen to remain here, for my lady's dream has given me a pause.
Most mighty Caesar, let me know some cause, lest I laugh there when I tell them.
The cause is in my will. I will not come. This is enough to satisfy the Senate. But for a private satisfaction, because I love you, I'll let you. Calpurnia, my wife, stays me at home. She dreamt tonight. She saw my statue with like 100 spouts, hidden of pure blood, and many lusty Romans came smiling and did bathe their hands in it. And this that she applies for warnings and portents and evil imminent, and on her knees begged me that I should stay at home today.
This dream is all a misinterpreted. It was a vision, fair and fortunate. Your statue spouting blood in many pipes, and with so many smiling Romans paid, signifies that from you, great Rome shall suck reviving blood, and the great men shall press for tinctures, stains, relics, and cognizance. This, by Calpurnia's dream, is signified.
Well expounded indeed.
Aye, my lord, and know it now. The Senate has decided to give this day a crown to mighty Caesar. And if you shall send them word, he will not come. Shall they not whisper? You, Caesar's afraid.
How foolish do your fears seem now, Calpurnia? I am ashamed. I did hence with them. Give me my robe, for I will go.
And so, persuaded by Decius and his own pride, Caesar prepares to leave for the Senate and meet his destiny. The street is abuzz with activity as Caesar, accompanied by his followers and senators, proceeds on his way to the Senate house. Among the crowd, Artemidorus, a Roman philosopher, anxiously waits an opportunity to deliver Caesar warning of the fated tragedy.
Caesar!
Hail Sirrah! What Sirrah?
Hail Caesar! Read this letter. A matter of utmost urgency. This touches Rome's great ruler alone.
What's this? A missive? I have no time for idle scrolls. On to the Senate house.
As Caesar continues on his path, Antimedorus watches with a heavy heart, his warning disregarded. As they reach the Senate house, the conspirators draw out Metellus Sember, a conspirator, instrument to Caesar's murder.
Now, are we all ready? What is now amiss that Caesar and his Senate must redress?
Most high, most mighty, and most puissant Caesar, I, Metellus Sember, throws before thy sweet and humble heart. For my brother, I beseech.
I must prevent these, Simba. These couchings and these lowly courtesies might fire the blood of ordinary men. Be not fond to think that Caesar bears such rebel blood. Thy brother by decree is banished. If thou dost pray and fawn for him, I spurn thee like a cur out of my way. No, Caesar doth not wrong, and nor without a cause will he be satisfied.
I kiss thy hand, but not in practice, Caesar.
You do just
Pardon, Caesar. Caesar, pardon. As low as thy foot does Cassius fall. To beg and right is meant for probably a symbol.
Peace, Cassius, peace, Metellus. It is not in Caesar's power to alter the course of fate. If I could pray to move, prayers would move me. But I am constant as the northern star, whose true and lasting quality there is no other fellow in the firmament.
Then speak, hands for me!
As the life drains from Caesar, he falls.
Liberty! Freedom! Tyranny is dead! Go, run, and cry about it!
People, senators, do not be affrighted. Fly not, stand safe. Ambition's death is paid. Stoop, Romans, stoop. Let us bathe our hands in Caesar's blood, up to our elbows, and we spear our swords over our heads.
How many times in history shall I lovely scene be enacted, in states unknown and absence unknown? And we shall be known as the men who gave their country liberty.
And let us now move to the commoners.
Just then, Mark Antony reaches the place and is overcome with emotion on seeing Caesar.
O mighty Caesar, dost thou lie solo, and all thy glories, conquests, triumphs, and spoils shrunk to this little measure? Fair dear, I know not, gentlemen, what you will do. Who else must be left judge? Who else is ranked? I myself, there's no art so fit as Caesar's that art, nor no instrument of power as worth as those your swords, matrons with the most noble blood of war. I do beseech you, if you bear me hard, now rest your purple hands that do reek and smoke, fulfill your pleasure, live 1,000 years, I shall not find myself so apt to die.
Antony, beg not of your death, though they might seem to bloody and cruel, but our hearts, you see not, they are pitiful.
I do not doubt your wise judgment. Let me render heads with each of you. Marcus Brutus, noble Cassius, Marcus Simon, Lucius Brutus, last but not least.
But Andy, what combat will you have with us? Will you be plating the number of our friends? Or should we on Mark Antony? What combat will you have with us? Shall we pick you as a number of our friends? Or should we on and not depend on you?
Friends, I am with you all, and love you all, upon this hope that you shall give me the necessary reasons why and wherein Caesar was dangerous. Moreover, I also want to speak on the public platform for Caesar's funeral.
You shall, Mark Antony.
Brutus, a word with you. Do not permit Mark Antony to speak at his funeral. Know you how much the people be moved by that which he may utter?
Under your pardon. I myself into the pulpit first, and they show the reasons for Caesar's death. He speaks by leave and by permission. It shall do us both good and harm.
I know not what may fall. I like it.
Mark Antony, here you take Caesar's body. We shall not in your funeral speech blame us, but speak all good you can devise of Caesar, and say you do it by our permission.
That's all I desire, and no more.
Prepare the body in and follow us.
Me thou green piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruins of the noblest men that ever lived in the tides of time. Woe to those hands that shed this costly blood. Over thy wounds, now do I prophesy, a curse shall strike, domestic fury and fierce strife shall come on all the paths of Italy. Blood and destruction shall be so common that mothers must smile when they see their infants quartered into pieces. Servant, let me get the body.
And hence, Antony, determined to avenge his dear friend, exults.
At Caesar's funeral, the crowd gathers, maddened with anger and grief at the death of their fallen leader. Brutus ascends the stage, silencing the mob.
Let us be satisfied.
Be patient till the last. Romans, countrymen, and lovers, hear me for my cause.
And be silent that you may hear. Censure me in your wisdom and awaken your senses that you may depend judge. If there be any in this assembly, any dear friend of Caesar, to him I say that Brutus' love to Caesar was no less than his. If then that friend demands why Brutus rose against Caesar, this is my answer. Not that I love Caesar less, but I loved Rome more. I'd rather Caesar were living and die all slave, but that were Caesar were dead and live all free men. As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at it. As he was valiant, I honor him. But as he was ambitious, I slew him. There is tears for his love, joy for his fortune, honor for his valor, and death for his ambition. Who is yet so base that would be a born man? if any, speak! For him have I offended, who is just so rude that would not be a human. If any, speak! Have I offended? I pause for a reply. Here comes his body, mourned by Mark Antony, who thought he had no hands in his death, shall receive the benefit of his time. A place in the commonwealth, as which of you shall know. With this I depart. As I slew my dear lover for the good of Rome, I have the same dagger for myself, when it shall please my country to need by death. Now let me depart alone. I do entreat you, not a man depart, save I alone, with Antony that spoke.
Friends, Romans and countrymen, lend me your ears. I have come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do is often. The good is often interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus must have told you that Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously had Caesar answered it. Verily, he was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure, he is an honorable man. Caesar had brought many captives so far back to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seems ambitious? When the poor cried, Caesar had wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. And yet Brutus says he was ambitious. And sure, he is an honorable man. So are they all honorable men. But let it be known, in the name of justice and loyalty, that I loved Caesar for who he was, not for what he might become. And so would you all. Dear Romans, do you know the content of the will I found lying in his closet, which, pardon me, I do not need to read. If I had, I would go and kiss dead Caesar's foot and dip their napkins in his sacred blood. Yeah, like a hand of him for memory, and dying mention it within their wills. Beneath would think it has a rich legacy onto their shore.
The will.
Have patience, gentle friends. I must not read the will. My heart is there in the coffin with Caesar, and I must pause it till it comes back to me. Look, in this mantle, Cassius' dagger struck, Casca's stab, and Brutus' betrayal. Caesar's love for him was undoing. Oh, yeah, gods, is the justice deserved?
They were murdered, they were treated.
Gentlemen, do not rush in hostile rebellion. Those behind this act are honorable, though I am unaware of their personal grievances that made them commit such a rebellious act. But I am sure that they would fulfill us with necessary reasons that why and wherein Caesar was dangerous. I am not scared like Brutus in rhetoric, but a common man who loved my friend. But if I were Brutus and Brutus Antony, I would have roused your spirits and give mouth to each and every wound of Caesar, inciting Rome's stones to revolt.
Unity, vengeance, build them.
Now let it fall. Mischief thou art afoot. Thou take what course thou wilt. Now let her depart. Octavius and Lepidus, wait.
A few years pass by, and the aftermath of Caesar's assassination casts a heavy shadow over the city of Rome. In a chamber shrouded in enthroned Antony, Lepidus, and Octavius, who is Caesar's nephew, gather to navigate the turbulent waters of power and control.
Lepidus, thou art tasked to retrieve the testament of Caesar. Go and fetch the ability. Then we shall determine the charge and legacies.
What shall I find? Okay, बड़ा दिक्कत हो.
Is this like an unmanageable man, meet to be set on errands? Is it fit the threefold world divided? He should be the one from three of us to share it?
Yes, we must for his decisions.
Octavius, I have seen more days than you. And though we lay honor on this man to ease ourselves of diverse members, he must bear them. But as the ash bears the cold, to groan and sweat under the business, either led or driven, as we point to be.
You may do your will. He's a tried and hated soldier.
Octavius, like my horse Lepidus is trained, a bad-spirited fellow that feeds on objects, arts, and imitations, being his fashion. Do not talk of him except as a prophet. Now, listen great things. Brutus and Cassius are divine powers. We must gather all our resources to form a firm alliance and unite together.
Let us do so, for we are at stake, and veiled with many enemies. Some that have smile in their hearts. I fear million of mischiefs.
Driven by revenge, Octavius and Antony swear to avenge Caesar, making a clash between the two factions inevitable.
He greets me well, it is seen. A word, Lucius, about how Pendarus received me.
With courtesy and respect enough, but not with such familiar instances as he hath used before it.
Thou hast described a hot friend coolly. When love begins to sicken, it is used as an enforced ceremony. There are no tricks in plain and simple faith, and hollow men thus sink in trial.
Just then, Cassius, overcome with passion, enters the room.
Most noble brother, you have done me wrong. And when this sober form of
Cassius, be content. Enlarge your griefs softly, and I will give you the ordinance. For our armies shall see nothing but our friendship. Let them move away. Lucius, bid them move away.
You wrongly got me. Condemned Lucius Pella for bribes, a fellow I did swear upon. In such a kind, let not every offense be a comment.
You wronged yourself to write in this case. Let me tell you, Cassius, you are condemned for an itching palm, selling offices for gold. But the name of Cassius hides this corruption, and chastisement doth therefore hides its head.
Chastisement? Brutus bait not me, I'll not endure it. You forget yourself to hedge me in. I am a soldier, older and abler than you in practice.
Away, slack man, hear me, for I speak. Go show your slaves how choleric you are. Must I give room to your rash choler? There is no terror, Cassius, in your threats, for I am armed so strong in honesty that they pass by me as they will. I did send to you for gold to pay my legions, which you denied. Was that done like Cassius?
I did not deny thy Brutus. It was a fool who brought back my answer. When Caesar lived, he durst not thus have moved me.
Ah, peace, peace, because you dare not to tempt him.
I dared not.
No, you did not.
Is it come to this? You wrong me every way, Brutus. Come, Antony. Come, Octavius. Revenge yourself alone on Cassius, for he is a weary of the world. Hated by one he loves, checked like a bondman. Oh, I could weep my spirit from mine eyes.
Here is my dagger, and here is my naked heart. Strike at me like you did at Caesar, for I know he loved me more at his worst than he at his.
Sheath your dagger. Be angry when you will, Cassius. You are yoked with a lamb that carries anger as a flint bears fire. One moment, and the spark grows cold. Indeed, sorry for my demeanor.
The feeling is alike here, Brutus. Have you not loved enough to bear with me when that rash humor my mother gave me makes me so forgetful?
From now on, I shall, but I am sick of many griefs.
Of your philosophy you make no use of, if you give way to such accidental evils.
No man bears better sorrow, Cassius, for Portia is dead.
Huh? She is dead? Oh, insupportable and touching loss! Upon what sickness?
Impatient of my absence, with her death, that tiding came. She felt distraught, and her attendants absent, sorrowed for her.
And died so? Oh, ye immortal gods! Why?
speak no more of her and her death, and for our work and life, Cassius, we shall march forth to Philippi.
Hear me, good brother. It is better that the enemy seek us rather than we seek them.
Under your pardon, it shall be better to do so, for our enemies marching along by them shall make a full number of them, which will make them mischief.
Then indeed, to Philippi, we shall march forth.
The deep of night is crept upon our door. We shall seek respite, for our tomorrow the war's fierce tempest blooms forth.
Aye, there is no more to be said. Good night, Brutus.
Good night, Cassius.
It is the day of the war. On the plains of Philippines, Cassius and Brutus stand. Surveying the battle to be fought, the two comrades, before embarking, exchange some final words.
Now, Brutus, the day is upon us. If the gods be with us, we shall lead our days to age. If not, then this shall be our final discourse.
I find it too cowardly and vile. For what? It might fall. For this day, no matter inside, but this day must end for what the Ides of March begin.
Then, Brutus, if we see each other again, we shall smile indeed. If not, parting is well made. Farewell, Brutus.
Farewell, Cassius.
As Brutus and Cassius go their separate ways, the battle begins. The sounds of trumpets and drums fills the air as the armies of Brutus and Cassius clash with those of Mark, Antony, and Octavius. During the battle, Cassius, at the distance from the battle, halts when he is approached by his general, Pindarus.
Fly further off, my lord. Fly further off. Mark Antony is in your tents. Oh, noble Cassius, fly further off.
Pindarus, this hill is far enough. But look, are those my tents that burn in the distance? Here, climb this tree and tell me.
Indeed, my lord, they are. And look, there is Titanius.
What?
Titanius is surrounded by horsemen that make to him on the skull, yet he spurs on. Now, some light. Oh, he lights too. He's taken.
What? Behold the more. Oh, coward that I am to live so long, to see my best friend taken. Here, Pindarus, take now my sword. This is the same practice. Guide it through me. And I shall go. Caesar, thou art avenged, even with the sword that killed.
As Cassius falls to the ground, Pindarus, overcome with emotion, breaks down and flees from the vicinity. A few hours later, Brutus and Strato, separated from the war, stumbled upon his body.
Pindarus, overcome with emotion, breaks down and flees from the vicinity. A few hours later, Brutus and Strato, separated from the war, stumbled upon his body.
It's true. I do believe strange visions play upon my eyes, for I see noble Cassius lying upon the earth.
It's no hallucination, my lord. Why is truly Cassius? No! Cassius! The last of all the Romans. Very well. It is impossible for Rome to beat that fellow.
Friends, I owe more tears to this dead man than you see me pay. Good Strato, lend me your hand.
What? My lord? No, not for all the world.
You shall, Strato. Dost thou hold my sword, and henceforth I run on it.
Give me your hand first. Farewell, my lord.
Farewell, Strato.
Caesar, now be still. Than that, I may have so good a will.
And thus ends the tragedy of Julius Caesar.